what's up guys? Welcome back to another installment of Basic Blues, where we try and pick apart the key elements of blues guitar to see how they work. Today we're going to take a look at some of the different chords available in Spanish or open G tuning. If you don't know about open tunings, go check out my previous video, Guitar Tunings Demystified. It's the first video in the Basic Blues series and it should answer all of your questions. Now, the main reason I wanted to make this video is because I feel like it's a bit of a stumbling block. It puts a lot of people off experimenting with open tunings. And like I said in the road trip video, I first learnt about open tunings from Tony like some 10 years ago. But it's only really in the last couple of years that I've stepped up and given them a try. And I guess for me, like most people, you learn in standard tuning from day one. You get used to the chord shapes, the scales, the modes, maybe even get quite good, and then you down tune to open G and suddenly all of that prior knowledge is just out the window, and you're left there like, oh okay, so is this it, this one fingered chord? Can I do anything else here? And unfortunately at this point I think a lot of people just write it off as a bit of a cheat, a quick, easy, sneaky cheat for easy one finger bar chords, and they never bother to look any deeper into it. Well, this video is going to show you just how versatile chords can be in an open tuning like Spanish, and I'm going to try and show you that there is a bit more to it than just that infamous one-fingered chord. I'm not going to go too much into the finer details of chord formulations right now, because that is a topic deserving a whole video in and of itself, but I am going to run you through quite a few of the chords available in Spanish tuning. And as always, I will be leaving you a link in the description to a text file with all the chords used in the video. If you saw my last video, the 3 lines lesson, then you might recogniise some of the chords that I'll be showing you. I think most, if not all, of the basic chord shapes for Spanish were there, and there was even an extended F sharp minor 7. So if you were learning that song, you probably have a little bit of a head start. Now I'm going to start with the most basic chord, and it's where the name open G comes from, because if you sound the open strings you get a G major chord. Actually, if you play all 6, it's an inverted G chord with the D, open D string providing the bass note. If you play from the 5th to the 1st string, because the root is on the 5th string, that's usually how it's played. So we play top 5 strings, up to the 2nd fret, 4th fret, open. So you can see just how easy it is with that one fingered chord. But what else can be done? Well, if we take that open chord shape, the 5 open strings, and we just put one finger on the 1st string on the 5th fret, that's the high G there, it extends the range of the chord. So whereas before you were ending on that D, now you've got the same bottom note, but the higher note is way up there. And because the 1st, 4th and 6th strings are all tuned to D, this is interchangeable. So you could play both together, just the top one, just the bottom one, and you're still pretty much playing the same chord, but maybe slightly inverted. So first one is open G there. Now if we move both these fingers down, and again you can play just one or both, 4th fret there, we've got G major 7. Carry on going down to the 3rd fret, we've got G dominant 7. Down once more, we've got G major 6. Down again to the 1st fret, and that's G augmented. So if we play that open G again, now we've gone down the D string to there, but we're going to take the 2nd string, the B string, and we're going to just put that one finger there and play the rest of it as the open G, and that gives you the G suspended 4th. So and then if you take that another 2 frets up on the 2nd string, you've got G5. So what we're doing there is essentially just playing the G and the 5th, which is D. So G, D, G, D, D. And that's basically the same as your standard traditional power chord. So Moving on from G5, we play a minor chord. So in order to get a minor chord, we want to lose this B here, and we want it to be a B minor. Now we can't play any lower on that string, so we'll get rid of the B on that string by playing a D on the 3rd fret, which is the same as the open 1st string. And we take the B on the 3rd string, which is the 4th fret, and we move it down 1 fret to the 3rd, and that gives us the G minor chord. So 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, G minor. Now if we continue on the 3rd string, moving down by 1 fret, we get G suspended 2nd. Hold up, I've skipped a chord for some reason. Next should be G minor 7, so that's open 4th and 5th strings, bar the 3rd, 2nd and 1st at the 3rd fret, G minor 7. And finally the last one on this row, it's a little tricky to reach at times, so I'm going to do it as a 3-note chord, which is a triad. So you want the 1st string 5th fret, 2nd string at the 2nd fret, and the 3rd string at the 3rd fret. Now if you can reach the 4th string without making it muffled, then you can do that at the 5th fret as well, but it's a little easier just to play it as a triad. So moving on to G minor major 7, which is a G minor chord like so, but with the major 7 interval over the top. So we take that G minor, which is the 3rd and 2nd strings 3rd fret, and on the 1st string we add the 4th fret, and that's your G minor major 7. Next chord is G minor 7 flatted 5th, which is open 5th string, 3rd fret barred from the 4th to the 1st, and then on the 2nd string you want to play the 4th fret, and it sounds like this. Next one is G minor 6, and you want to play 5th and 4th open, and then the 3rd and 2nd strings on the 3rd fret, and the 1st string on the 2nd fret. G minor 6. So if we take that open G chord and we shift it up the fretboard, you can see that becomes that 1-finger bar chord shape. Now, if we move that to the 4th fret, just so we have a bit of space, that's your B major chord there. And the first one we're going to do is B dominant 7th, so this is probably one of the most common chords you're ever going to see in blues, country blues especially. It's that dominant 7th. And if we move it down 1 fret, and again you can interchange the 1st and the 4th strings here, so you can play one or the other or both. Now if we play the 7th followed by a 6th and then the major, you might be starting to hear something a bit familiar there. So that is and that's a kind of movement that's come up through blues, filtered its way into rock and roll, gone up through blues rock, heavy metal, and I mean it's not really used that much nowadays, but it spent a long time getting a lot of use through many musicians. It's a great little movement. But moving on from the 7th and the 6th, we've got B augmented, so 4th fret bar, and then on the 1st and the 4th strings you want to play the 5th fret, and that's B augmented. Now to do a B major 7, you want to play the 4th fret on the 5th and the 4th strings, drop it to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, and then you want to play the 2nd string on the 4th fret. That should be major 7. B suspended 4th, we do exactly the same as we did with the G. So we play 4th fret, and then on the 2nd string we play the 5th fret. Suspended 4th. To play B5, you just put that up by another 2 frets, so you play the 7th fret on the 2nd string, bar the rest at fret 4. That's B5, B major, B5, B suspended 4. Next up we've got B minor, and you want to play 4th fret on the 5th, 4th and 3rd string this time, and then the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. And I say play the 4 middle strings here. It's probably the easiest way to get it sounding right. You can also play the bottom 4 strings like that by copying the 4th string to the 1st string if you want it a little bit higher up. So moving from B minor, we keep the 2nd string on that descent and we go down to the 2nd fret, 2nd string. So keep the rest of the fingers there on the 4th fret and then put this down on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. B suspended 2nd. Now we do B minor 7, so that's 4th fret, 5th and 4th strings. Then we play the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. B minor 7. Not the easiest minor 7 out of the group, but B minor 7 nonetheless. So B diminished, it's very similar to the standard tuning diminished chord. You want to bar the 3rd fret there, and then on the 5th and the 3rd and on the 1st string you want to play the 4th fret. B diminished. Moving on to B minor major 7, you play the 4th fret on the 5th and the 4th strings. The 3rd fret, really you want to bar on the top 3 strings there. And then on the 1st string you want to play the 4th fret as well. So to play B minor 7 flatted 5th, we want to play the 4th fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then really you want to use your little finger on this one here so that you can play the 3rd fret of the 2nd string as well and reach. So open 1st string, 3rd fret of the 2nd, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 3rd fret of the 4th string, and 4th fret of the 5th string. B minor 7 flatted 5th. Okay, I was going to do all these chords in one video, but I'm going to have to cut it short because we're already at about 12 minutes just on this first shape. So I hope this has been useful to you in some way. I'll be back with more chords in Spanish tuning next week. So subscribe if you don't want to miss out on those. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Hit the bell if you want to be notified. As always, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you soon.